Hello everyone, welcome back to year 6 of TwoClan. We have a bunch of new faces, but we also lost quite a few cats. 3 cats died in a badger attack early this year: Sneezesting, Setterstrike, and Littleclaw. Sneezesting died at 66 moons old. She had gained a new apprentice this year, but wasn't able to finish training Featherpaw. Setterstrike died at 29 moons old, and she did see her apprentice Hazelporl become a warrior. Littleclaw died at 158 moons old, so he wasn't alone in the Elder Den for too long. Hazelporl was the first of his siblings to become a warrior, but unfortunately he got poisoned by a sea creature and died at 16 moons old. Then Conchcrest and Frontclaw died during a rogue attack. Conchcrest was the last of her siblings to graduate and become a warrior, and she was not a warrior for very long. She died at 19 moons old. In the moon of the rogue attack, a lot of events happened right after each other. Coyotestone retired to the Elder's Den, and a few days later Frontclaw finally confessed her feelings to Coyotestone. The two have always had a romantic interest in each other, but Frontclaw had always been busy, and Coyotestone had Chirpspeckle, and then became deputy. So after years, the two became mates. Frontclaw had planned to retire to join her mate in the Elder's Den for the last few moons. But then the rogue attack happened, taking Frontclaw to StarClan. Frontclaw died at 158 moons old. Those were the StarClan cats for this year. Now for the living TwoClan. Starting with Jelabystar, the now 124-moon-old leader of TwoClan. He actually became a father this year, which came as a big surprise. Jelabystar is not mates with the mother, but the two peacefully co-parented the kids. The later wasn't entirely planned. Both parents were very busy at the time, and having kids in their position with their relation to each other would be somewhat questionable. But Jelabystar always wanted to have kids, so this later was a happy accident. In-game, Jelabystar still has 9 lives remaining, so like I did with Leapstar, I will make up my own count. Jelabystar is on 6 lives, having lost lives to rogues, badgers, and a dog in the past 2 years. I like it when leaders rotate around more, and I also really kind of want the cat who is in the deputy position to become leader at some point. That cat being Gulquail, who took over his mother's deputy position. He's a somewhat younger but experienced Tom, and he's more strict and serious than Jelabystar is, so the two make a good pair to lead the clan. Gulquail is doing great and is proud of what he has achieved, although he gets a bit anxious of the thought that he might be the leader someday. Next up are the medics of TwoClan, starting with a new addition. Buttfleck, a 42-moon-old playful she-cat. Buttfleck was the medicine cat of another clan, but was kicked out. Her old clan was a lot more strict with the medicine cats can't have kids rule than TwoClan is, so when Buttfleck turned out to be expecting kids, she had to leave. She tried to be a loner for a while, but it didn't work out. Remembering that TwoClan is a lot more accepting of loners, half-clan cats, and medic mothers, Buttfleck decided to try and join. Coyotestone and the patrol found Buttfleck and let her and the kids in. Buttfleck is still relatively new and is trying to befriend her fellow medic Squiddusk. Squiddusk really misses Frontclaw and Lavenderbelly around the medicine den, but is just happy to still have another experienced medic to help him out. Otherwise, he would have had to ask Lavenderbelly to come back, and she and his father are really enjoying being warriors together. Squiddusk gained a red ribbon color this year, and he wears it with style. Other than that, Squiddusk is doing well and is now 29 moons old. Then we have our only mediator, Slushy Shell, who is now 119 moons old. Slushy Shell feels somewhat underappreciated by the clan. He may not hunt or patrol, but it is still hard work to settle disputes between cats. He did have a small personal victory when he got 2 warriors together. The two were already crushing on each other, and he nudged them in the right direction multiple times. He's now on the lookout for his next clients. For the warriors of the clan, we start off with the most senior warrior, Dova. Dova is now 109 moons old. She unfortunately lost a leg to a 2-leg trap. The medics tried to save it, but the leg was too far gone. Dova is struggling to learn how to deal with this disability and with the phantom pains that flare up from time to time. However, she still wants to be a warrior. Jelabystar even gave her a new apprentice this year. Alkina is the second most senior warrior of TwoClan at 91 moons old. She likes hanging out with Timberflame and Thymespeckle, but often feels like the third wheel on a bicycle around them. She is also crushing on quite a few she-cats within the clan, but she knows it's one-sided love, as these she-cats have never expressed interest in her or are in another relationship already. Whenever she's down or needs some alone time, Okina likes to go out and gather herbs for the medics. Next up is Rice, who is doing a lot better than last year. He is back to his stern old self, making up new rules to add to the warrior code and discuss his ideas with clanmates. He did get kidnapped by Two Legs while out on patrol this year, but Rice made his way back to the clan in the next moon. Everyone was happy and relieved to see him return, especially Gokwill. Rice does have ambitions to become deputy in the future, but he is happy his friend and former apprentice Gokwill has the position. Rice is now 64 moons old. Frost Daisy is now 58 moons old, and he trained an apprentice this year. He finally got his first apprentice, Featherpaw. Featherpaw was originally mentored by Sneezesting, but after Sneezesting passed, Frost Daisy took over. Frost Daisy passed his kind and loving side on to Featherspot. Soon after his apprentice was made a warrior, his mother Frontclaw died. Frost Daisy was absolutely devastated by this loss, and at the end of the year he was still grieving her death. Thymespeckle and Timberflame form a new couple in the clan. They became mates this year after Thymespeckle confessed her feelings to Timberflame. They are very cute together, and Thymespeckle is trying to become closer to Timberflame's adopted kids, Featherspot, Lakeheart, and Yellowpaw. Thymespeckle is starting to come out of her shell and is now 54 moons old. Timberflame is often playing with the kids of the clan and is 48 moons old. Bramblefoot is now 29 moons old, and over the past year she has grown very close to her father's mate, Lavender-Belly, to the point where Lavender-Belly has become a parental figure for Bramblefoot. Bramblefoot is very happy for Larimorchasm and Lavender-Belly, and hopes to mentor one of their kids in the future, but she is very nervous for the future. Due to her clairvoyant abilities, she knows something terrible is going to happen, leading to a great loss for her family. She keeps asking her medic brother Squidtusk if StarClan has given him any prophecies, but he has had no visions so far. If StarClan hasn't given the medics any visions, then surely everything's going to be fine, right? Frostlightning is a grumpy and vengeful young warrior of the clan. He lost both his siblings this year, leaving him somewhat isolated. He also got in a fight with a fox and is still now heavily injured. He is now 21 moons old. Featherspot is one of the newest warriors of the clan and is 16 moons old. She was mentored by Sneezesting and Frost Daisy, and they helped nurture her kind and loving nature. Featherspot is now a beloved kid sitter. She is also oblivious, and she often does not notice the tensions or romance between her clanmates. Another new warrior of the clan is Lakeheart, also 16 moons old. He was mentored by Timberflame and got his childish nature from her. He also has unnatural senses and is a good fighter. He does have Yellowcuff at the moment, which makes his siblings very worried, but he always reassures them that he's fine and the little calf won't take him down. Unlike his warrior siblings, Featherspot and Lakeheart, Yellowpaw is still an apprentice. On his very first patrol with his mentor Lavender-Belly and her mate Larimorchasm, they came across a thunder path and Yellowpaw got hit by a monster. He broke his back and was left immobile for 8 moons. Luckily his injury fully healed and Yellowpaw has resumed his training. Yellowpaw is now 16 moons old. Next up are the two sons of Patfleck, Drippaw and Whimsypaw. They are both 8 moons old. Drippaw is a troublesome Tom, and he is mentored by Gokwill. If there's a problem, he is always happy to help fix it. Whimsypaw is insecure and is mentored by Timberflame. When he's play fighting, his insecurity vanishes, and he can defeat all other apprentices in a match. Then we get to the surprise litter of Coyotestone and Jellybystar, Curlpaw and Crowpaw. Both are 7 moons old and confident with words. Curlpaw is a loyal Tom and is mentored by Rice. Being the son of the leader and a former deputy made him a bit self-centered. Crowpaw is lonesome and mentored by Dova. He usually likes to spend his free time alone and has found multiple hiding spots in the camp, where he can relax in solidarity. The mother of Curlpaw and Crowpaw, Coyotestone, has had a very eventful year. She never thought that she would have another litter, not after what happened so many years ago with Yellowpaw, Chirpspeckle and her unborn kids, until Curlpaw and Crowpaw came along. Nursing kids and being the deputy of the clan at the same time was hard, and after recovering from the birth, Coyotestone found that it was tough to return to life as a warrior. She was just too old and tired. So she became an elder, and she was proud to see her son Quill take her place as deputy. She briefly was mates with Frontclaw until Frontclaw was taken from her as well. Coyotestone is now 124 moons old and is just getting some rest. She is also the last clan founder remaining. And then the Nursery. Lavender Belly and Larimar Chessum have had a fantastic year together. They often went on hunting patrols, and the two have had some small adventures, with Larimar Chessum often making daring choices like going near Two Legs, which almost ended badly. Eventually, Lavender Belly was expecting kids, and a few moons later Slow Kid and Fallen Kid were born. Slow Kid is an insecure brown tabby Tom who is fascinated by prophecies. Fallen Kid is an attention seeker and quick-witted. Both kids are now 2 moons old. Although she's very happy with her mates and kids, Lavender Belly is currently grieving the loss of Frontclaw, who was a very close friend and a second mentor to her. So that was year 6. There have been a lot of new additions to the clan, a lot of new kids born, who will hopefully form the next generation of warriors. In year 7, however, we may see some very drastic changes to the clan lineup. You will find out in a few weeks. Girlball, girlball, girlball and crowpaw. Girlball and crowpaw, girlball and crowpaw. Girlball.